Hello friends, my name is Ramasu. Today we shall discuss about the topic the pillars of a Scrum. Friend, today's topic is very interesting, especially if you have interest in a Scrum methodology or you want to learn about it. So let's start, friend. First of all, I would request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well so that my new videos can reach to you. Friend, Scrum is one of the most important frameworks of Agile methodology. As many organizations have stated that they use the Scrum framework more than other frameworks. It is very important to understand the values and practices of a Scrum to practice it effectively. The members of the organization who have implemented a Scrum should clearly understand the principles on which a Scrum functions. With growing job opportunities in the Agile sector, many people are hired every day who have to be trained to function according to the Agile environment. Professionals performing various roles and responsibilities have to follow the same principles of Scrum to achieve the best possible outcome. The roles in Scrum called the Scrum Master, Product Owner, and the Developer and the stakeholders all depend on the principles of the Scrum framework. After understanding the principles of the Scrum framework, the professional can clearly understand the practices performed in Scrum. A person with no knowledge of why they are performing a particular function and only know how to process a function does not understand the importance of principles in the Scrum framework. If any individual has to become the best in their work, they have to understand the why of the work. And to understand why any task is done in the Scrum framework, the person has to fully know the principles of the Scrum. One of the chief principles involved in a Scrum is the three pillars of empiricism. So we shall discuss in detail. So first of all, we have to understand that what is a Scrum. A Scrum is an iterative approach to developing and delivering products to customers according to their requirements. A Scrum approach is lightweight, simple to understand, and difficult to master framework for professionals who are implementing and managing it in their organization. There are various roles in Scrum called the Product Owner, Scrum Master, and the Developer. The product owner is a professional who understands the requirements of the customer and anticipates the needs of the product. They are involved in the business side of the product and research analyze the current market trends. They create a vision for the product and communicate with the developer to achieve them. The Scrum Master is a servant leader that facilitates various Scrum meetings such as sprint review, daily stand-up, sprint retrospective, and sprint planning. Sprint is a short time-boxed period where the Scrum team completes a set of product increments such as user stories and epics. The Scrum Developer is the core and backbone of the Scrum team. They perform all the operations of the product development. They collaborate with the product owner to understand the requirement of the customer and create the product accordingly. The team also communicates with the Scrum Master and resolve any impediments that hinder their process of development. Hence, with the collaboration of the product owner, the Scrum Master, and the Scrum Developer, the product development takes place with the productivity and the creativity. Now, the three pillars of empiricism. The process of Scrum is simple to understand, but when it comes to mastering the Scrum framework, it may be difficult to manage. It requires transparency, inspection, and adoption to achieve the best possible outcome by using the Scrum framework. These three values or virtues in Scrum are called the three pillars of empiricism. Working in a fact-based, evidence-based, and experience-based manner is called empiricism. Scrum framework does not believe in fictions, plans, and works and progresses based on the observations of reality. Organizational agility and business can only be achieved by having a change in the mindset and cultural shift in the organization. Scrum emphasizes that by implementing these three pillars called transparency, inspection, and adoption, It can create the right product desired by the customer and also create an agile environment in the company. Hence, the Scrum believes that learning from the past mistakes and experiences and improving the framework is one of the main methods of growing and creating valuable products for the customers and gaining high revenue and return on investment for the company. Now, first of all, transparency. Transparency is one of the first pillar of empiricism. It means that all the facts of the product development process are present as is in front of everyone involved in the operation. These individuals involved are the customer, all the members of the developer, the product owner, Scrum Master, the stakeholders, the CEO, and other individual contributors. All of the members of the organization are transparent with their day-to-day dealings with others, so they trust each other and have faith in other person's work. The members of the team have to follow transparency to have the courage to keep each other abreast of the good news and the bad news. The Scrum Guide suggests that significant aspects of the process should be visible for all the members of the team who are responsible for the outcome. If a process has to become transparent, it requires the aspects of the process to be defined by a common standard such that the observers share a common understanding of what operations are being seen. Giving the following example, the Scrum Guide further explains all of the team members have the right to know about the agenda of the product. They should also understand the product roadmap and must share a similar long-term vision for the product. Everyone strives and collectively communicate to achieve the organizational objective, and no one has a hidden agenda for the product development process. Then inspection. Inspection is a process to evaluate the work done by the developer. If not only involve the product developed by the team but also includes the processes, people, aspects, practices, and continuous improvements of the product. In this context, the inspection is not an evaluation done by the inspector, it is an assessment performed by every individual on the Scrum team. Not inspecting the previous work performed and keeping on moving forward with the work will only make the team perform the same mistakes that may have been performed previously. Hence, inspecting everyone's work, the process, and any aspect for the improvement of the product would drastically increase the chances of a valuable outcome at the end of the sprint. Scrum users are frequently required to inspect the Scrum artifacts and progresses toward a specific sprint goal such that undesirable variances can be detected. Inspections, however, should not be so frequent that it interferes with the work. Skilled inspectors are the best person to diligently perform inspections such that most of the benefit is achieved without hindering the work process. Then next thing is basically the friend uh, adaptation. Adaptation is the context of Scrum product development is regarding the continuous improvement of the product. It is defined as an ability to improvise or adapt to the feedback or results of the inspection. Agile methodology has always been supportive of adapting to changes in Scrum. Even if the customer require a change in the requirement, it is considered and incorporated in the next sprint. Whenever an inspection yields few changes to be made to the product, it is taken as feedback and integrated into the next sprint cycle. Whenever an inspector determines that a few of the aspects of the process deviate outside the acceptable limits, it results in the product being unacceptable. The material of the process which is being processed must be adjusted as soon as possible to minimize any further deviation. Hence, adaptation are very important for the Scrum organization to grow and produce effective outcome. So friend, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share it with the friends and colleagues, and thanks a lot for watching the video. Thank you, friends.